I'm Greg, and this, somewhere in here, is my wife Megan, and we spent the last 3 years knocking down walls and rebuilding an old hotel. And we're gonna take you along. But first I gotta give you some backstory. Originally, 5 years ago, we were working a 9 to 5, and we had just started a new business. And then March of 2020 rolled around and the world shut down. And because of that, the business that we spent 6 months putting together and getting ready to go ended up vanishing into thin air. And the reason why is because it was a business that required a lot of human interaction, and in March of 2020, nobody wanted to see anybody else. So, lockdown hits, and we're getting some pretty bad cabin fever. I think that the craziest thing that cabin fever made us do was that we actually priced out how to buy a 21-foot sailboat, learn how to sail. Neither of us knew how to do that. And then go get our captain's licenses so that we could go do tours, because we needed to get out of the house that bad. We didn't do that, obviously, because I'm not on a boat. However, we did end up going on a long road trip. And because of that, we went and found our way to the Black Hills and decided that it was one of our happy places. So we decided to pull the trigger and buy what at the time was going to be an Airbnb. So we bought the house, we set it up as an Airbnb, and we had such a good time doing it, we were like, I want to do more of this. So we end up going home and we make a couple more trips back out to the Black Hills and stay in our little Airbnb. And we end up going to Snowcross. No one's ever been to Snowcross. As an aside, I highly recommend. Anyway, so we went to Snowcross, and that was over in Deadwood. And anybody who's seen the TV show Deadwood on HBO kind of has an idea of where this place is at. But as we were leaving, we ended up having to go through a town in the foot of the Black Hills called Spearfish. And we got out, had lunch, wandered around, and we ended up finding this thing. What is this? This is a motel that was built in 1956 called the Queen's Motel. And because it was built in 1956 and it was having a lot of deferred maintenance, and the owners were trying to sell it for 2 years, and it was working now as long-term apartment buildings. So we thought, we had so much fun with this Airbnb, we need to scale up, we need to go do something new. So we were looking for another house to do, but this motel just kept on coming back into our consciousness, and so we ended up doing it. We ended up shaking down the couch cushions in order to figure out how to buy this place. However, to not slow the story down, so we ended up closing in about 3 weeks after we made the offer. We did do an inspection. We did have a lot of rot, and there were some other things that were going to be problems. So reasonably, we couldn't fill it with long-term renters again. We let the current tenants, whoever they were, stay in there until they decided to move on. That was a good decision because we kept the building open for about a year, and it was a basket case. Picture this. It's October and we're preparing. We know we need to move and we need to be on site in order to work any issues that are related to renovation. And then we're in our U-Haul, ready to move our house over to the hills in order to do this renovation, and we get a call from one of our tenants. And the shower knob, the cold water knob, actually came off in his hand while he was taking a shower, and he was calling us, screaming, as a jet of water was shooting out and hitting him in the chest from the shower because the knob was no longer attached. That's the kind of thing that we needed to be able to be on site for in order to manage a little bit better. And we're constantly having to handle maintenance issues. It can be minor stuff like a door won't open or a circuit breaker trips, and nobody knows how to flick the circuit breakers because in the rooms there's like circuit breakers all over the place. So the worst one that we had was we ended up getting a call from the city, and they wanted to let us know that our water bill was about 25 times greater than it normally is. We discovered that we had a broken pipe, ended up flooding out one of the entire units to the point where the flooring was starting to float in the building. Well, that was awesome. So, got a lot of crap to handle. Got a lot of building inspections to be done, and we got a lot of work to do. I'm handy. Not one person can finish this job by themselves. So, start interviewing contractors. And we got 2 of them to come out for an interview. And now we're ready to cut ground. Well, I should say that I filmed this over the course of years. So we've cut ground, and the verdict's still out whether or not we were successful. So at this point, at the end of the video, we have taken ownership. The building is empty. Here's some video of us emptying the building. And we're on our way. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and we'll see you soon.